What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here in the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. A lot of people are saying, Eric, you should just have home run shows. Just do an entire home run segment on every game. No, that's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is I'm going to keep hitting home runs. We got Trey Turner across the line. That was beautiful stuff. Obviously, from this program, Alec Boehm. Hopefully, we can get that one as well. Bet them both. Those were the two in the afternoon. Salvaged a little bit of a morning where Paul Skeens is outrageously good. Talked about it last night. Of course, 7.5. Got enticed by the plus, by the even money proposition there at 7.5. Didn't come remotely close at any point in time. 1-0. Congratulations, Pittsburgh. You have the best pitcher in baseball. Kind of knew that going into it too, but it is what it is. Thanks, Milwaukee, for continuing to ruin my life. And then I don't want to talk about the first fifth inning, just disasters for Mackenzie Gore. That's twice now. Mackenzie Gore has absolutely, I'm trying to think of the play word to use. He did this to me twice in the bottom of the fifth. Give up 4 or 5. I turned it off. I couldn't finish watching it. But anyway, we had a good afternoon here so far with the Trey Turner bomb. I've got a lot of stuff going here in the evening window. Ended up on the under of strikeouts, minus 110 for that. I can't even, you know which one I'm talking about, the Angels pitcher. But we got a lot to talk about here on Friday's show. So enough recapping. You don't care about that. You want the plays. Eric, give us the plays. Producer Jacob is alongside me. He's here to help out. He's got all the graphics so you can see those. This was a terrible intro. Let's get to the picks. We begin our boarding walk with the Dodgers taking on the Detroit Tigers. And I'm laughing because this is basically an audition. Tariq Skubal, do you want to play for the Dodgers or, another just elite team? Well, go strike out an elite team a lot here on the Dodgers side of things. Going to be interesting weather across the board here. Not a ton of rain. We had 2 days ago, 3 days ago, it was ridiculous rain. Yesterday being Thursday. Being today for me right now. No rain whatsoever. Tomorrow, a couple of different spots here, but this one looks pretty neutral to me. Looks like a pretty decent hitting spot, but not a great hitting ballpark. And James Paxton been better here of late, minus the one absolute trouncing that he took. What am I even looking at here? 9 earned? 9 earned is not exactly ideal. 9 earned against San Francisco in San Francisco is definitely not ideal. But anyway, he's been better for the most part. I don't know. This is just Tariq Skubal on the other side. Minus 132 seems like a crazy number against the Dodgers, though. I think if I had to do anything, though, I'd be looking first 5 or the Detroit money line. So I'm just going to go Detroit money line as a lean for now and leave it be. Maybe we just don't touch this one, considering, again, plus 112 for the Dodgers. Not something you see every day. Team the quality of the lineup that the Detroit Tigers have, meaning that they're terrible. This is just a weird game overall. I'm going to reinvestigate tomorrow. Oakland and Philadelphia in this one. Hogan Harris apparently going to be starting this one. Now, he could also be there on Saturday, so pay very close attention. This could end up flipping, and I think that's the main reason that I haven't bet anything in this one yet is the Hogan Harris thing hanging over our head. He's been pretty good, and any other pitcher that they were going to replace him with is going to look exponentially, and I do mean exponentially worse, rather than having it be Hogan Harris with, not the greatest stuff. Again, 364 xWOBA, but 281 expected batting average, 9.5% K rate, but you get the 3.22 ERA. He's finding ways to be effective. And part of the StatCast thing is that sometimes there are pitchers who can kind of control where the ball is going to be hit. That variable is something that you give up when you just focus solely on StatCast data. That's something I've always had to sprinkle a grain of salt on. So Hogan Harris, negative regression, I definitely believe is due for him, but he's going to be better than anything else that they trounce out there. As for Ranger Suarez, he's just been really, really good, minus his last 2 starts. And that's where I kind of want to focus in on. We're seeing the long ball start to take off. 3 home runs against Miami and Atlanta over his last 2 starts. 11 earned. 11 earned? It's so wild because his ERA still is 2.58. But I'm looking at you, Brent Rooker. You're so freaking good, and you hit the ball so high, and you hit it so far. You're so Adonis looking. Not really. 50.8% hard hit, 19.4 degree average launch angle. Sounds like I wanted a date with him, but I will if he hits it yard for me and we get better than plus 350 here in Philly. It's been blowing out nonstop. It's been 88, 90 degrees at first pitch nonstop. I want to take a look at this tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to have the 2+ bases exposure with any plus money attached to it. And I'm certainly Going to look at those home run numbers in the morning. Our first official play, again, official, Brent Rooker probably going to be there. But Carlos Carrasco, Taj Bradley, interesting one here because I just don't agree with this line at all. I do think the Tampa Bay money line is something that's in place. So if you don't have access to first 5 numbers, I'm just fine with this, whether it be a social sports book, be it anywhere else. Anything inside of minus 150, I would be betting a half unit here on the Tampa Bay Rays side. But I'm especially looking at the first 5 here because this is kind of a starting pitching mismatch. Taj Bradley's been very, very good. There's no doubt that last season, it made my head hurt that they sent him back down. Some of these rules for AAA guys, I don't understand everything there, but Taj Bradley does have that 13.2% barrel percentage. That's why we're not nuking this into lock territory. But Tampa Bay first 5, you put that up next to Carlos Carrasco's numbers, 346 xWOBA, 456 expected slugging. Yeah, he gets a little bit of the easier matchup, quote unquote, but Tampa Bay, I expect positive regression for their lineup from now until the end of the year. So Tampa Bay first 5, minus 138 on the money line. Either one of those, again, minus 142 is what I ended up getting for the first 5. And I like that a lot. The Yankees, the Baltimore Orioles, AL East matching up, and Garrett Cole, 4 starts into his 2024. Let's recap how things are going. Not great, Bob. Not great. Do you want more analysis? I'll give you more analysis. I know some people don't want analysis, but I'm going to give it 6.75 ERA. Not good. 1.62 whip. Not good. So far, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, carry the 1. 13 earned runs that he's given up. Hasn't gotten outside of the 5th inning. We're talking, he's gotten through the 5th inning once. Once in 4 starts, Garrett Cole's gotten out of the 5th inning. He hasn't started a 6th inning yet. This is absurd stuff. Now, he's gotten to 90 pitches the last 2, so the pitch allotment has gone up. We're talking about Baltimore, the highest ISO in all of baseball, 204 ISO, 116 WRC plus against right-handed pitching. That is very, very good. Now, Kate Povich, this is generally the kind of guy I like to suit up. Give him a little bit of a valuation up for being a soft tossing lefty, because again, it is a cavern out to right field. You look at the park factors over on Baseball Savant, really hard to hit a ball out of here. You know who doesn't really need a lot of help to hit balls out of anywhere? Aaron Judge. Juan Soto going yard here against Tampa Bay today as well. But overall, it's just a lineup with a ton of power in it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. We're going to look at Gunnar Henderson here. Again, Garrett Cole giving up crazy numbers so far. This is not the normal Garrett Cole. Now, 515 expected slugging, 46% hard hit, 24-degree average launch angle. Everything sounds like Gunnar. Can I get plus 300? That would be all that I want. Plus 300 to take advantage of Garrett Cole. What a time to be alive where that's like an actual good bet. I expect positive regression for Garrett Cole too, but maybe not. Sticky stuff. He misses those days. I don't have a ton for you here. Gordon, Minaya, this Gordon character, I went through all of the different numbers, and we have a couple of newbies. We're going to have more and more AAA guys, and I talk about them a lot on this program, but Tanner Gordon, okay, this is just an interesting profile, if you will. He is an unheralded 2019 6th rounder. He is just, Colorado just has no options, do they? It's just tough life. He was good at Albuquerque, which again, it's tough to be against lefties. Against righties, he's just getting absolutely bamboozled, which is weird because he is a righty. I don't know. I'm staying away from this complete unknown. Over 9, just because this Tanner Gordon fellow. And Sean Manaea, while he does have strikeout stuff, and we know Colorado, Hunter Green struck out the first 6 today. There's definitely strikeout upside every time around. But I do think Colorado, you go up and down this lineup, they'll still have Blackman more than likely. They'll still have Ryan McMahon more than likely. But the whole point is that they have a bunch of righties that they're going to roll out against Manaea. Not an ideal spot for him here. But I just don't want to really deal with this one. Again, so much baseball left the rest of the season, so little time. No time like the present to sign up for OddsShopper, OS Premium Tools, Discord, Insider Access, down at the link below. Do you want my premium betting card on Friday? On Thursday, I was just updating stuff randomly. Home runs here, home runs there. Here's a K-prop, here's this. And it's just sporadic throughout the entire day. That Thursday slate, it's normally what we get on Wednesdays where it's morning until night. I'm sitting in this chair. I'm breaking down baseball nonstop, but so are all of our other analysts here. We got Nathan Joyce. We got Isaiah Sirios. We got Mr. Ben Raza. We got everybody here. Greg Ehrenberg at the Odd Shopper Station helping you out, make some money in that Discord. Come hop along. Oh, and if you use promo code Lindy, 20% off of it. Great stuff. And the tools, fantastic stuff. I ended up firing up a couple of under total basis props, all from the tool today. You should be doing the same thing as well, my friends, all in one package. $12 for your first week. The water's warm. Promo code Lindy at the link below. Back to the picks we go. This is a pretty straightforward one. It is Cole Reagans at -118. It is Cole Reagans at -118. It is Cole Reagans at -118. Now, it is Cooper Criswell, I think, is going to be end of... He's had a couple of interesting starts. He had a really nice start to his season. Doesn't really pitch deep into anything. 88 pitches, been capped out the last two. Hasn't pitched in a month. Got recalled from AAA. Again, I think he's better than a lot of what they got. No, not really. Good hitting weather again. Cole Reagans at -118 with the Kansas City protection of the top 5 in that lineup. I feel pretty decent about that kind of a number. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. We'll give you a little bit more analysis here. Yanni Chirinos and Carson Spires. Again, I apologize to his family. I say that all the time. But Yanni Chirinos is Yanni not good. 299 xWOBA's good, though. 379 expected slugging's okay, 22.7% K rate, but this is more of a small sample size issue, just 62 batted ball events so far for him this season. Yeah, I don't expect Yanni Chirinos to be very good here. Still a 1.60 whip along the ride here. He's getting more swing and miss stuff. You know, Cincinnati can do that against righties from time to time, but for me, for you, looking at Jesus Sanchez going up against Spires here, fly ball tendencies, small ballpark, nice weather, 31.6% fly ball percentage. Oh, daddy like you a lot. Jesus Sanchez, get out of Miami and get into a small ballpark and things look a lot better for you. Yeah, we're going to fire that one up. 2+ total bases. Looking at that too. If we get plus money on both of these, between that and Brent Rooker, the reason I didn't put it in for Gunnar Henderson is there's no way that we're going to get any value on that one. I can tell you based on the last 10 days for it, but home run, hopefully we do. Jesus Sanchez, definitely going to be on the card. By the way, break even for Jesus Sanchez is lower than the +300 for Gunnar Henderson, +285. Always want to throw those in for the people. And I round them usually to the nearest 5 because otherwise I just sound like a tool. Anyway, more so than I already do. Pittsburgh taking on the White Sox. This is not an audition to go to Pittsburgh. This is an audition for the world. Garrett Crochet is very good at the throwing of baseballs, and you know who strikes out a lot. It'd be weird if I didn't say the Pittsburgh Pirates, so I'm going to just say the Pittsburgh Pirates. They strike out an absolute metric ton against lefties. 24.8% K rate, 5th highest rate in baseball, just a 94 WRC+. It's a little bit better than they are against righties, but Garrett Crochet up to 10 Ks. Yeah, we're looking at a ladder. Chaos is a ladder. This guy is outrageous. He came out of absolutely nowhere. I didn't know if it was going to sustain after that first start of the season, and it surely has. 35% K rate, 194 expected batting average, 32.6% whiff percentage. Give me all of that and a bag of potato chips. I need to see the numbers though, but get ready to ladder, baby. Ladder up. We got the Texas Rangers taking on Hunter Brown, and this one was a tough one for me. I went back and forth quite a bit on it. The main thing I want to point out is when you don't have Yordan Alvarez, a hitter the quality of Yordan Alvarez, it's a huge deal. And that lineup today, where it rolls out Loperfido and Myers and a number of these guys in my spreadsheet that just don't look so good. Trey, small hands, smells like cabbage. Hunter Brown's been pretty good. Andrew Heaney's pitching better. I'm leaning towards the Andrew Heaney side. I'm a little bit worried about the home run profile of Minute Maid Park, but the lineup looks much better here. So I'm going to pay attention to bullpens tonight and just tell you more tomorrow. Oh my. I'm pretty sure producer Jacob, I'm not sure. I went back and forth on this one too, but obviously I ended up parlaying 2 spots that I was going to bet them individually, and I'll explain a little bit why. So there's some correlation station. I could have just waited, got the team totals for these, but I was a little trigger happy. I'm a little bit happy to pull the trigger on it this way too, because I think we'll get more value than going to like the 5.5 team total. Let's talk through it. Mr. Rutledge, Mr. Freddie Peralta, an interesting spot, that's for sure. Fastball Freddie Peralta in this one. Pay very, very close attention to some of his velocity here. I might be looking at a live bet because, well, we've seen some times where it dipped off and he just started getting hit up. He has a fly ball issue, has a barrel percentage issue, 8.7% barrel percentage. But there's just not a lot of guys outside of James Wood that I'm that worried if they get a barrel on a ball to. And James Wood is hitting the ball directly into the ground right now. Negative 8.1 degree launch angle. That is not very good through 25 batted ball events. He has a 60% hard hit. But the stuff that was working in AAA to hit the ball out of the park is obviously not working at the big league level. Freddie Peralta, though, extreme fly ball pitcher. Like sitting there, 29% fly ball rate. 39.4% is actually better for a ground ball rate than I was expecting for him. So it is what it is. Pay very close attention, though, to him here. But I'm combining the Milwaukee on the run line here with the over of 7.5, and here is why. This Rutledge character may be the worst pitcher that I broke down this year. He pitched 1 inning so far in baseball. Last month, 2 months ago, it was May. 1 inning, 1 home run. That's not the big deal. The big deal is that they stretched him out, and now we're recalling him here from AAA Rochester. He has a 6.66 ERA and a 1.66 WHIP in 71 2/3 innings at AAA. That is so bad, I don't really have words for it. So Milwaukee, the best team in, well, relative to expectations. They're not the best team in baseball against righties. You just saw Paul Skeens mother trucker completely run them down. I can't do that when I lost the bet. It is what it is. But I'm looking at combining the two. I think you should too. I think you're getting a little bit better price by doing it this way. Plus 240 on FanDuel, combining these. I think that's going to be better than going to the 5.5 team total, looking for like 1 or 2, a little bit of help from the Washington side to help us get there. Don't need any help with this one. You can do this all yourself, signing up down at the link at BetMGM. Get up to $1,500 in bonus bets. Get your bonus bets if your first bet loses. Here's basically how it works. You sign up down at the link below. You fire up anything you want, $25, $50, $100, whatever it is on that first bet. And when you do, you get it back in bonus bets if it loses. Cool? Cool. Seems like a pretty great deal to me. I really have nothing else to add. If you haven't signed up at as many sportsbooks as possible, do it now, including BetMGM. And again, a great deal to get you along the way too, to help you build and sustain that bankroll. Take advantage at the link below, my friends. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. 5 more games, the 2/3 point. Let's get back to the picks. Kyle Hendricks, I want to pick on somehow, some way, but I just can't at these prices. Nearly 200, minus 200. And it's not Sonny Gray that I have issues with, other than like the one time that I locked him, absolutely went horrendously. Actually, I locked him twice. I lied. He's 1-1 for me, but I'm down units on you. Down units on you. I miss him in Minnesota. 287 xWOBA, 31.1% K rate. Gets to go up against this Cubs team that just picks random times to go nuts. Cody Bellinger on the IL, rip to him there. I just want to point out that Kyle Hendricks is horrendous. He's really bad. 291 expected batting average, 352 xWOBA. I want to attack him here, but I just don't see the numbers on the page. I just can't do it, Captain. I don't have enough power. So I'm actually looking at the under of 8.5 here with the Sonny Gray side. The Cardinals lineup, I just don't trust. You are seeing hard hit numbers diminished against Kyle Hendricks. That's kind of been the one thing he's always had a superpower of. 30.4% hard is pretty decent. I just don't want to bet this game more than likely. I'd actually be looking at overs of St. Louis team totals, if anything, but this lineup is just too hit and miss for me to go after it. We packaged 2 plays together with Washington, Milwaukee. We're going to package 2 plays together here, and this is probably my favorite overall spot to be attacking on the board. Brian Wu going up against Tyler Anderson, Mr. Anderson. And a lot of people wanted to point out one time that I locked against him like a month and a half ago now, how good of a season he was having. Let's temper expectations here a little bit. The underlying metrics aren't as good. 331 xWOBA, 16.8% K rate, 430 expected slugging across the board. Not the best there with a 10.3% barrel percentage. Now you're going to get swing and miss from time to time against Seattle, but if you don't, Mitch Haniger, 48% hard hit, 47.5% Julio Rodriguez, 54% for our boy, the glorious Cal Raleigh. Real ones know why. But I'm just looking at Brian Wu as the affection, the apple of my eye today. 234 xWOBA, 297 expected slugging with a 1.7% barrel rate. That is absurd. Now, the strikeout stuff has gone by the wayside a little bit this season, but he's just so effective right now. Just soft pop-ups to infield, basically. Brian Wu has been incredible. Only a 2% walk rate to go with that sub 2% barrel rate. I mean, unbelievable stuff from him. So I am packaging Seattle money line with the under of 8.5. No, 8.5 is sitting at -120 at FanDuel. So don't get crazy here. If it ends up being 8 and like even money, we can have that conversation too, and I'd be all right with that. But Seattle money line combining with the under, I think both pitchers find enough success to be all right here. But I really like the Seattle money line side of things. Put them together, plus 213 over at FanDuel as I have it right now. Pretty straightforward for me here. Schwellenbach, Schweddy balls, going up against Randy Vasquez. Yeah, Randy Vasquez is terrible, but so have the Atlanta Braves lineup. It's just been awful here in the course of the last month and a half. Actually, all season long, their season-long numbers are just absolute frickin' tality. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, why are they this bad? It shouldn't be this difficult for Atlanta with Matt Olson and Austin Riley and Marcell Ozuna to be doing this, but they have a 94 WRC plus. They do have a 158 ISO, and this ballpark, Petco, the Cal Raleigh thing, I'll bring it up again. Petco's been playing way up for home runs this season. I have no freaking clue why. Probably not going to play down for Randy Vasquez because he is awful, but Schwellenbach's been okay here. 258 expected batting average isn't great, but just about every other number across the board I can get behind to some extent. It's just that San Diego's so good against these righties. Top 3 in baseball yet again in WRC plus. Just unbelievable. Second overall, 117 WRC plus against righties. That makes 8.5 look awfully small. Got it closer to 9.5. That's a like, my friends. We continue on our merry way. Yair Rodriguez going up against Ryan Nelson. I gotta think that you gotta take the plus money here on the Toronto side, right? It can be as simple as like, if you think a game is 50-50 and one side is plus 110, you take the plus 110 side, right? And Ryan Nelson, I don't like anything from him. I don't like anything. I don't like the fact that his name is spelled R-Y-N-E. Oh, he went 6 2/3 last time out, had a really nice outing, had a good outing before that against the Dodgers. So he's gone nuts against the Padres and the Dodgers last two, but he's kind of like pitching for his job. He still has a 5.08 ERA, 1.48 whip. I'm just uncomfortable by the fact that he just mowed down 2 good lineups, which is why I'm letting you decide how you feel about such things. Lean like. I personally have not made a decision yet. I find it hard to believe that we're going to get better than plus 110, but maybe we do, and then I will not pass it up at plus 115 or better. So I'm calling it lean like. Dealer's choice. Let's get to the last game of the night. Joe Ryan and Kyle Harrison in this one. I don't have a whole lot to add. Joe Ryan, this is a good spot for him going into San Francisco. We've got increased strikeout stuff now that you're basically seeing Matt Chapman, Ramos batting every day. Mike Yastrzemski higher up in the order goes yard. Jorge Soler when he's there. Lamont Wade. These are all guys that strike out 23, 24, 25% and up. 29.3% there for Mr. Mike Yastrzemski. And Tyler Fitzgerald, well, 32.6% K rate. So if he is playing center field and batting ninth, oh boy, is that good times. But Kyle Harrison on the other side, this is a guy that had good strikeout stuff in AAA. 20.2% so far this season, not really that good. We've had like a year of sample size on him now where he got called up last year. Just been disappointing to me. 10.6% barrel percentage. I'd lean towards the under of 7.5, but that is more towards the Joe Ryan side. I'm just not a big fan of this game. I think the Twins are priced appropriately. I think 7.5 is an appropriate number here. Not a lot to mine out of this one. Let's wait. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for Friday's slate. Thank you, producer Jacob. Another week in the books. We're going to have the All-Star break coming up here. I'm going to do my best to get an All-Star video together because they've absolutely smashed the last couple of years. If not, hit me up on X. I'm happy to let you know my takes on the home run derby, on the All-Star game. Let you know the secret. Yes, there is a secret sauce that we've had the last couple of years. Some of you might know from previous videos, that's for sure. But we've been insanely profitable last year. We hit a big plus money home run, and I'm going to do probably the same damn thing this year. But we're going to revisit the rosters here on Sunday. Producer Jacob, thank you so much. You the best music. BetMGM, OddsShopper, check them out. Until next time, friends. Until next week for Thursday. I think we'll have games on Thursday. So Wednesday night I'll record. I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Friday.